Hello everyone and welcome to this pick a card reading video. In this video, for each stack, as usual, we have 6 tarot cards each, as well as 2 separate oracle cards. And I will have to say, for this, it can be about a person, it can be about a situation, it can be about something that is in the process of already happening in your life, or it could be something that hasn't happened yet. Just whatever you feel intuitively drawn to talk about or think about in this video. And you can also think about multiple different scenarios and see if there's a certain stack that applies most to your scenario. Here is stack 1A, stack 2B, stack 3C. You can pause if you'd like and if you need some more time to figure out which stack you're most drawn to. If you're not drawn to any of the stacks for any of these manifestation questions that you have, that's completely fine. This just might not be the pick a card reading video for you. Also, as a reminder, everything I talk about and discuss in this video is for entertainment purposes only and cannot be stated as fact. Alright, let's get into it. Hello 1A and welcome to your part of the pick a card reading video. So it is very interesting here. We have the 9 of Swords upright, 7 of Wands in reverse, the Priest upright, 8 of Swords upright, the Lovers in reverse, and the 4 of Wands upright. And then we have Lepidolite, which it says it's number 26. If 26 has any meaning for you, you can take that as extra meaning or validation. And then it says Trust, Third Eye, and Crown Chakras. And the other card says Cycles, Fate, Karma, Something Ending, Something Beginning. And I love that card for you. So, actually I kind of want to bring that Cycles card in. Usually I talk about the oracle cards later, and I still will be doing that. But I want to also incorporate that into what I'm going to be saying now. First of all, that paired with the 9 of Swords being here, I feel like a lot of you... One second, let me move the mic a little bit. Okay. I feel like a lot of you are heavy worriers, or the thing that you're inquiring about is something that you have worried about for quite some time. And with the 7 of Wands in reverse, it's interesting. The whole spread actually gives me very 2 of Swords energy, so I wonder if this is something that you're unsure about, if you should manifest or not. I wonder if you go back and forth, back and forth. For a lot of you, this probably does involve romance or a romantic or sexual partner of some kind, because we do have the Lovers in reverse. It doesn't have to be, but that can just be extra confirmation for some of you. And it's interesting how we have the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Swords here, and that they're both in the upright, and they're both like mirroring each other. Like one is the first card and one is the 4th card, so they're like one on top of the other, if you get what I'm saying. But there's this sense that no matter the situation, if it's romantic or not, you worry a lot about the situation. And I think a lot of you, because of the 7 of Wands being in reverse, have given up on this happening. Or you feel that you will have to give up on it happening because you just don't feel that it is possible. And really a big thing I have to say for you is that ultimately, is this something you should manifest? I think for most of you, the answer is yes, but I think you are giving up or are about to give up. I don't even know if I want to say you give up easily, but at the same time, there's this like back and forth energy I keep getting from this stack. So it could be that this manifestation isn't happening because you keep going back and forth, or because you keep changing your manifestation around. Like you keep changing what you want to have happen, or how, or when, or with whom. You do get what I'm saying? There's just a lot of inconsistencies with how you're manifesting, and that's affecting the manifestation in terms of it even happening or not, and it's like elongating and pushing it back so that it doesn't end up happening. Even though I still feel like it is likely to happen for a lot of you. And with the Cycles card, it makes me think that you've been in a similar situation before, whether in this lifetime or past lifetime. And so that's why there's this worry about not wanting to mess up or make the same mistakes or be affected in the same way. And so this is a really important manifestation that you've asked about, because not to put more pressure on you, but there's a lot at stake here in terms of breaking any curses or any karmic cycles. And for some of you, the cycles card could indicate that this will happen either way, but I think it's actually more so that this could very easily not happen for you if you don't have the right mindset and if you don't do proper upkeep. So what I mean by that is that some of you, in terms of upkeep, are doing the most or are doing too much. It could be, like I always say with manifesting, you can't just say you're manifesting and then do nothing to try to progress toward that manifestation. You still have to put in the work. But I think for a lot of you, you're working too hard and you're thinking about too much. It's like you're putting in the work, but then you're not trusting. We do have the trust lapidolite card here. And it's like you're not trusting the process and you're not being patient, or you're just not allowing it to happen. And so what Spirit really wants to say, I mean, we even have the Four of Wands card up right here. So really, there's no need to worry so much, because I see this being a happy ending for a lot of you. And it's beautiful how we start off with the Knight of Swords and end with the Four of Wands. I see this being, for most of you, working out in your favor, that this manifestation will come true with positive connotations. But part of allowing that to happen is that you have to let go. And for some reason I feel the need to say some of you need to forgive as well. Some of you can't move on, especially if this relates to a past relationship, or if the manifestation involves somebody who, for example, like somebody cheated on you or is unfaithful in some way. Like any sort of situation similar to that, or just whatever applies best to you, I will say that a lot of you need to forgive. Whether that person's in your life now or has been in the past, because that's, I think, getting you stuck and preventing you from moving forward. Oh, okay, yeah. So in that instance, it would be like you're afraid of things happening again. So maybe a lot of you could have control issues to make sure your partner doesn't cheat on you, as an example, like this current partner, or cheat on you again. And so you just keep worrying and worrying and worrying. But I see that being something that isn't helpful for you. Okay. And even in that case too, some of you, I think, if this is about somebody who you're in a relationship with in any way, and if you get a bad feeling about it, you shouldn't not trust it. I think a lot of you really need to look at that cycles card. Again, I don't know. I feel like if it is about a relationship, it could be actually pretty 50-50. So for some of you, the indication is that you should trust that things will get better. Like maybe the other person, like, think about context clues. Think about what you're feeling intuitively. Maybe it's not just the other person, but it's your own projections on the relationship that are affecting it. Maybe the other person or you are going through something really tough in life right now. Maybe, you know, you were with this person before, you broke up, were away from each other, and then are back together again. That kind of vibe. But for some of you, if you are in a relationship and your manifestation is about, like, a proposal. I mean, the Four of Wands is really a card about proposal too. So if that's what you're worried about, I wouldn't worry about if you're ever able to find love. You know what? I was going to say something. I don't even remember what I was going to say now, because I really just got to say this. If this is about love in any way, any specific person, or just love in general, like if the manifestation is about, oh, my cat, don't distract me right now, Axel. Axel, don't do that. If your manifestation in any way is about love, this is an indication from Spirit that you are able to find love, but you just have to make sure that you have that right person in your life. So with cycles and with relationships, a lot of times we end up finding people who are very similar and who are toxic or negative for us, just not meant for us. And so this would be a good indication that if your question was about love, you need to trust the process. Part of you need to really, how do I want to say? You need to, well, now I'm looking at the priest cards. You need to get back to your roots is what I'm hearing. So start from ground zero. think about the basics of what you want in a relationship, and also a list of what you need, like wants, needs, and then the things that you will not tolerate, the deal breakers. And then also you can even think about things that aren't deal breakers, but just could be annoying, but that you are able to deal with and handle in a relationship. Think about those things. Like, for a lot of people, they want their political beliefs to align, and I'm somebody like that too. It's like, I don't know how people could be married to people who, they could just have such major life. Like, what if something happens, like, politically, or, like, let's say healthcare-wise in your life, and then, like, both people don't agree about, like, the healthcare stuff? You know what, that's a whole different kind of video that isn't for this, but you get what I'm saying. So, I'm hearing to get back to basics. Think about the very basic things. Don't think too big picture, and don't think too far down the road. I think a lot of you need to get back to basics, and I think doing so will actually help you feel more grounded and less worried. If you just think about, okay, well, I already have the things listed out here, and if I ever worry, or if I'm wondering about if this person's right for me, I can just look at this list. And that applies to if you're in a relationship, or if you're trying to manifest some sort of romantic or sexual relationship. Okay. And if you want it to be, if it's about a specific person that you have in mind, I'm also hearing that you do need to let go a bit, and that doesn't mean that it won't happen with this particular person, but there's a sense that with letting go, you'll attract this particular person to you. And again, I can't say for sure, but for some of you, I think that really does apply. And if it's not this particular person, then it's whoever is meant for you. Letting go of any particular person or love in general, and not being so stringent on the who's, the what's, the when's, that will allow more love back in your life. And I feel like a lot of you have been very hurt in the past. So of course, it makes sense that you have these certain projections that you may have, or these certain or not even thoughts, these certain things that you do, these actions that you take that you might not even be aware of. And that can include having boundaries up around you. You know, I believe we all have auras and an energy about us that other people can feel, sense, see. So if you're trying to, for example, attract love into your life, it could be because you have not broken down your own walls yourself and figured out why any walls are up, or why there's a certain energy about you that's making it hard to be romantically with people. In terms of, again, this doesn't have, I know I'm talking a lot about romance. This doesn't have to even be about romance, but hopefully the messaging I've been talking about still makes sense for you. I'm trying to see. Is there anything outside of love specifically that I'm getting a sense of? This could even be about a creative project as well. It makes me think, the way this is reading, that you'll gain more creative insights if you just pull back a bit and let go of control. And you, instead of worrying, you spend your time doing something else. And then I think with doing something else, you'll feel creatively inspired, and that will get you on the right track. And think about not doing so much at once, or doing these really big projects. With the priest, it really is making me think, like, start small if you're having any creative roadblocks, or if you're starting on a new creative project. Start small and go piece by piece instead of thinking too big picture, because then that can get you feeling overwhelmed or disheartened, and it will make you a lot less likely to complete this project. Overall, if you've chosen to stack, there's a feeling of uneasiness and a feeling of you not being worthy enough. And I just got to say, a lot of you are worthy. You just have to, with this trust card here, believe and trust that the right person, the right situation, it will come about for you. And the less worrying you do, it's actually a lot more likely to happen for you. It's a lot more likely that spirit will work in your favor. And with the cycles card here, we really have to end these certain for a lot of you, I think it is certain thought patterns. It's also actions too, but I think the actions are based on certain beliefs that you hold, especially if those beliefs relate to self-worth and not feeling like you are worthy enough or feeling that opportunities will pass you by. And so that's why you're so worried about things happening or not, because you feel like you'll miss out on your chance. But you need to really have self-love for yourself, truly. And I think doing that too, practicing self-love and self-care, will also attract more love into your life, or more abundance, more creativity, whatever it is that relates most to you in this instance. I completely forgot to get my guidebook, but I'm not going to pause this or else, I don't know, my microphone's been being a little bit, not even my microphone, my computer's been a little bit glitchy. I'm just going to go get it real quick. Stay there. Okay. I have something on the TV. My cat wants me to put it back on, but I am not going to be doing that. Okay, let's go to Lepidolite in here, which is number 26. And it says, Lepidolite, trust, third eye, and crown chakras. Trust in the universe. Stay strong and positive. Stand in your own space and know that you are exactly where you are meant to be right now. Try to remove any doubts you may have about what is going on around you. It is time for you to trust and move forward. It is also important that you pay attention to and trust any intuitive feelings that you are receiving. And that's what I was saying too. I think some of you have intuitively known what you're meant to do or the path you're supposed to take, but you're like going against it or not trusting it. This is your spirit guides and angels' way of getting messages through to you. Even if you don't understand why something is happening, trust that everything is going to be okay. Lepidolite helps you to overcome any worries that you may have. It also helps you to be independent and opens you up to trust and self-love. Is that literally not what I was just saying? Lepidolite is associated with the third eye and crown chakras. It is known as the stone of transition. If you are transitioning in certain areas of your life right now, take this as a great sign that you need to trust in the decision that you have made. It is the right time for this transition to occur. Enjoy the new beginnings that are flowing into your life. Literally new beginnings from the Cycles card as well. Perfect. Like something ending and something beginning. And I have to emphasize again, even if this doesn't relate to love life, like I was talking about a lot, I think a lot of you can still understand what I'm trying to get at with these messages for you in your life. I will leave it at that. Thank you so much, 1A, for watching and listening to this video. Hope you enjoyed it. You can like the video down below if you liked it. You can subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. You can check out the other pick a card reading videos that are timeless and that are listed all throughout my YouTube channel. And you can comment down below if you resonate with this deck, and you can also update that comment in the future if you took any of my advice or if there are any updates you would like to provide for us. And I also have an ASMR channel, Brittney's ASMR, that will be linked in the description. Thank you so much and take care. Hello 2B and welcome to your part of the pick a card reading video. The cards you have chosen are 9 of Pentacles upright, Youth of Swords or Page of Swords in reverse, Man of Swords or Knight of Swords upright, 6 of Wands in reverse, the Emperor upright, and the Wheel of Life. And then the oracle cards we have here are 39 Tiger Eye, Animals Solar Plexus Chakra. I'll get more to that later and I'll talk about what's in the guidebook. I'll read from there. And then it says for the other oracle card, Date Night, get ready to be wined and dined. So, I have to say, there's a lot of youthful energy in this manifestation, so I wonder if for a lot of you, this is something new that you've started manifesting, or if it's something that you haven't even fully started manifesting yet, but it's just something that you have thought about maybe starting to manifest, or you're just not quite sure yet. But I think for a lot of you, you have already started manifesting. And I gotta say, especially because we ended with the 9 of Pentacles and we started with the 9 of Pentacles and we ended with the Wheel of Fortune or the Wheel of Life. I mean, I take symbology from the first card and the last card. It's almost like where we start and where we end. And this just all looks so amazing. I see this manifestation, point blank period, happening for you. The only issues we have here are the Page of Swords in reverse and the Six of Wands in reverse. So with your manifestation, I would say to be careful about not only who you tell, but I think for all of you, it would be better to not tell people about this manifestation that you have or this goal that you have in mind. I think it would be better to keep it to yourself. For some reason, it feels like other people's energy is getting involved, muddles with your manifestation. And it makes it so it doesn't come out right, or people might insert their energy in so that, yeah, like it literally, the manifestation can't come out right. Like, as an example, let's say you're manifesting a certain job, and then, like, this is kind of far out there, but let's say you're manifesting a certain job, like, somewhere specific, and then you tell your friend, and then your friend applies to that job too. And even if you still get the job, then it puts tension between you and your friend. It's just that kind of vibe. Something feels off. I feel like there could be jealousy from other people involved in your manifestation if you tell them about it. But for some of you, it could just be that other people will not understand your manifestation. And I think it's something, too, that would be a nice surprise for some people in your life if they found out about this manifestation happening. And yeah, I guess I'll leave that at that. But we also have with the Page of Swords in reverse, that furthers my idea that you should maybe not tell people about this. You should probably keep this more to yourself, especially as things unfold and a lot of exciting things start happening in your life. Even outside of this manifestation, I feel like it'll bring about a lot of other either achievements / accomplishments, or just other manifestations will be allowed to happen, or other happy times will ensue. Just a lot of synchronicities will start happening as this manifestation begins to unfold. And I think a lot of things, it will happen like pretty quickly, but also enough at a steady pace so that more continues to happen and you'll be able to relish in all of the beauty that is going on. Also, Tiger's Eye is a very abundant and successful stone. It's one of the stones recommended for business owners, for anybody in the business sector. That doesn't mean you have to be somebody involved in business, but it's very closely linked to success. And a lot of that is also involved in financial success and also career success. But with the Page of Swords in reverse too, it makes me believe that you are manifesting the right thing, but just not saying the right things. You have to be very intentional with the words you're saying. So make sure you're not like, I manifest this thing to happen, but like it's okay if it doesn't happen. And don't be like that. Don't be like, I manifest this, but also it could be that I actually prefer this, but it might be this, but like whatever. There's a sense that you need to be very direct, and it would be good if you write this out word for word and you can like say it out loud, or even if you just say it in your head, you have the wording down, because there's also a sense that while you're manifesting the right thing, if you say the wrong thing, that can allow a different manifestation entirely to happen. Or, yeah, it can just happen in a way that isn't fine-tuned and connected to you. So, a lot of you, I think, have good luck as well. And you're able to very much tap into very easily manifesting. So I wouldn't be surprised if you asked many questions for this reading and a lot of them were tied to this. There's a lot of giddiness I'm getting with this too, where it just feels like this manifestation happening will allow for, again, a lot more other things to happen, and things will fall into place, and it will just seem like everything is so destined to happen, but in a way that makes you so immensely happy. Like, I'm getting imagery of sunshine. I'm getting imagery of like somebody outstretching their arms and just like basking in the sun and basking in success, basking in whatever it is. I wonder if a lot of you who have chosen this stack are trying to manifest specifically financial success or career success. That's more so the vibe I'm getting, even though it does say date night. So I want to get to that, actually. It says get ready to be wined and dined. For some of you, maybe this does relate to romance, love, whatever. And it could be that this wheel of life, this new beginning, could be getting engaged or getting married or like starting a family even. But really, this feels very much like an individual journey, which is also why I feel like you should keep this manifestation to yourself for whatever reason. It's just best for you to do that. Okay? Keep this to yourself no matter how small or large the manifestation is, or even if it impacts other people. It's just like, if you can, try to keep it to yourself. But with the date night, get ready to be wined and dined, it mainly, to me, read as like, get ready for this next new adventure. There's a lot of adventure tied to this as well. And still a lot of youthfulness, a lot of curious energy. I wonder if a lot of you aren't even, with this manifestation, fully aware of how it would have an impact on your life moving forward. But there's a sense that it would make a big impact, and you're just like, so curious to be able to explore where it could take you if it does happen. There's a lot of curiosity and youthfulness. But for date night, get ready to be wined and dined. There's a sense that you should just get ready for that next new adventure. Keyword adventure. And get ready for, I think a lot of you are probably very go with the flow as it is, which is why I have to remind you to be careful with the wording and not just be too go with the flow with the wording, so that you can be specific and direct. But I see you, even if you're not, I will say, just be go with the flow with this. As this manifestation starts happening, don't be, it's okay, it's good to be excited, but don't be like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. Be like, no, I do believe this is happening. Remember, your words hold power, so remember to be like, I do believe this is happening, and just see where it takes you from there, and see what can unfold for you next. For some of you, because of the adventure component, this thing could involve travel of some kind. It could even involve moving. Some of you actually, more specifically, I could tie in two things where you could be moving somewhere else, like out of state or out of your area of your country. And some of you, I really actually get a sense, will start completely anew. And with the Emperor, too, it's like you're in charge of your own fate. So, also, do you hear that? If you hear that, my cat is near the mic and he's licking his tail, so I do apologize if you hear that. I'm actually in a different area of my home because neighbors are being very loud, and so my cat is just like, what are you doing? He is so confused. But what was I gonna say? With the Emperor upright, there's a sense that you can not take control, but I guess you can lead the way for yourself and lead down your own path. So make sure to not be too confused or riddled with questions because of what other people say. I think a lot of you could be more influenced by other people's thoughts than you think, which is also, again, keep this to yourself. Don't consume anybody else's judgments. But there's a sense that I want to get back to that example because for some of you maybe it resonates, like moving, but also because of taking a different job elsewhere. If that's something you're wondering about or trying to manifest, or like moving out, getting out of where you grew up, there's a good sense that you'll be able to start afresh, but in a way that better aligns with you, and it feels like something that could be really exciting. I wonder if a lot of you are the type of people who don't like monotony, who like to be able to be on the go and to do a lot of different things. So hopefully this manifestation relates to that, because I sense that this manifestation will allow a lot of things to happen, and it could be chaotic for some people, but for you, you'll be able to handle what comes about from this manifestation, the outcome. You'll be able to handle it all very well, and any pressure that could come along with it, I don't see it being anything negative or affecting you in any bad way. I just see you, now I'm really looking at that Emperor, taking charge of your life and really doing what's best for you, and doing, again, just what feels intuitively right, what feels fated. A lot of you have felt called to ask about this manifestation because it is something that is a good keyword for you is yearning, where it's yearning deep in your soul that this needs to happen, and it feels like it for a lot of you probably already has. So really tap into that. Don't let that spark ever go away or diminish, even if it's already happened or is in the process of happening. Remember that if it feels right and if it feels like it's meant for you, it is definitely meant for you. And it feels like what the cards are saying here is that it is definitely meant for you and that this is a good thing, that you're on the right path as well. And there's just some tweaks here and there, like how we say and like to who. But really, everything else other than that looks really good. I'm going to go into the guidebook now, number 39. That could be an important number for you as well. Or 9 plus 3 is 12, so 12 or 3 as well, because 1 plus 2 is 3. So tiger eye, or tiger's eye, animal solar plexus chakra. Sorry, I kicked something. Animal solar plexus chakra. Tiger's eye has appeared for you to highlight your connection with the animal kingdom. It doesn't matter if they are wild animals or domestic pets. You are being reminded how important the animal kingdom is for you and your purpose. You have a unique ability to connect with all types of animals. You're able to help these animals and communicate with them telepathically. It's important that you take note of any specific animals that you are drawn to at this time. These animals may have a message for you, or there may be some spiritual significance in the animal's strengths that you have to draw from. Are there any animals which keep appearing in your life? Is there an animal that makes you cringe or scares you? These feelings are all clues as to what you may need to work on spiritually. For example, if you're drawn to horses, you may be seeking greater freedom and movement. Or if you are scared of rabbits, perhaps you worry that life is too fast for you and there are too many people around you. Tiger's eye is a protective crystal which is associated with your own personal willpower in the solar plexus chakra. But what I actually feel more from pulling tiger's eye is connected to like business success, career success, financial success, but also courage and confidence. It's like I'm visualizing a line. Tap into an animal that you think resonates with you, or an animal that you want to be able to resonate with more, that you want to emulate their energies. So think about if, for example, you want more courage or confidence, and think of a lion. If you want more stability, you can think of an elephant and tap into that. Think of a lot of animals. I think you could have many animal guides with you as well. Try to connect with them and think of any messaging they have for you. I wonder too if you've been having signs from any pets that you have, like if they've been being weird lately. Like I can tell when my uncle's around, or any spirit guides or anybody is around, because my cat will go crazy. He'll be looking at certain stuff. There will be like also other things in our home that are weird, but my cat will be like, I guess you could say, more weird or more hypersensitive and just off, but not in a bad way. So look to the signs from any pets that you may have as well, especially any cats or dogs, but cats are like so intuitive. So if you have any cats, and also you could be trying, or I don't want to say, a passed on animal from your life or pet from your life could be trying to contact you as well. Or there just could be a lot of a certain animal that you've been seeing a lot lately, like even if it's just online, like seeing a bunch of pictures of like pandas popping up for you. It's like, why are all these pandas popping up for me? And like nobody, and I like ask people in my life if they see these things on their feed, and they're like, no, what are you talking about? So just think about those things, and then like for that example, it would be good to look up the meaning and messages that could be sent to you from those animals. But I will leave it at that. I'm so excited for you, Group 2B. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this video. I really appreciate it. If you like it, you can like the video down below. It helps me out a lot, as well as you can subscribe to my channel, which helps me out. And you can check out the other timeless pick a card reading videos located all throughout the channel. You can comment down below if you resonate with this stack, if you claim it, and then you can also update us in the future if you'd like, the comment. That is. And I also have an ASMR channel, Brittney's ASMR, that will be linked down below. Thank you so much, 2B, and take care. Hello, 3C, and welcome to your part of the pick a card reading video. The cards you have chosen are, or I have chosen for you, are 5 of Cups in reverse, 9 of Cups upright, 2 of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 6 of Pentacles upright, and 6 of Swords in reverse. And then for the cards, the Oracle cards, we have 9, Carnelian, Self-Confidence, Root, and Sacral chakras. And then we have Vacation, You Will Be Traveling Soon. So, I do want to get this off the bat right away, but in terms of if this manifestation will happen for you, here's the thing. I think it could. I think for many of you, it will not happen for you, but it could also be because I don't think this is just the right timing, or it's just not the right manifestation in general. For a lot of you, I think this will not happen, and for those of you who it will not happen right now. And there's like a heaviness I feel with this stack. And I'll explain why that is. So I think right now isn't actually a good time for you to be manifesting. I think a lot of you probably aren't in the best mental state, or when you came up with this manifestation, you were not in a good mental state. A lot of you, I think, probably worry about financial security. That could be what a lot of you have in mind. And even just in general, having and living that dream life. We do have the Nine of Cups up right here, which is about dream life. But I think a lot of you are using this manifestation as a form of escapism. And while it can be good to dream and visualize and have these things to hopefully one day look forward to, or these things that will help motivate you, I think it's being utilized more as a detriment to you all. I think a lot of you aren't looking at and facing the problems going on in your real life right now, and instead are just hoping on things getting better in the future. And so you maybe are working hard now, maybe even overworking yourself now, or looking past things now to be able to get to the point that you have this manifestation occur for you. But that's not the way Spirit is seeing it. Until you work through this main issue or these main issues in your life right now, Spirit isn't going to allow this manifestation to happen, because even if it does happen, it will only briefly mask the pain of any current situations that you are experiencing. It's really a time of healing, and it's a time of being grateful for what you have now. And I don't want to say that in terms of being all toxic positivity over here, because that is such a big pet peeve of mine when people are toxically positive. You can say when people emanate toxic positivity. I'm not saying everything is sunshine and rainbows and that everything is okay and that everything is going to be amazing for you. And, that's why I'm saying to you even now that for a lot of you, I don't think this manifestation will even occur for you. But I will say that part of, especially if this involves lack mentality that you have, first of all, it would be good to work through that in a way where you're not manifesting something just because you feel you lack something now. And you're also not manifesting something with the thought that it won't come to you. That's the thing for some of you too. It's like you're manifesting, but you're like, I'm manifesting this, but I don't think it'll actually happen. That's not how manifesting works. You have to believe in the power of manifestation and in your own ability to allow it to happen, to manifest, but also put in the work. And I was just going to say, I lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? But you do have to believe in the manifestation for it to work. But some of you are overly, not even confident, but just overly reliant on it, and you're overly obsessive about it. Spirit senses that, and they don't want for you to be obsessive about. They want for you to also focus on the present moment now, and focus on what you can do now. So not only taking step by step, but also I think you need to go take a step back from this manifestation and realize, why is it that I want to manifest this? And it's going to be likely something deeper, and you'll need to face certain things in your life now before you can move on with manifesting. And here's the thing. I think for a lot of you, for this case, for this scenario, when you take that step back and work on yourself and work on healing yourself, you'll realize once you start on that journey, like, this thing that I'm manifesting, I don't even actually want. It's just because I was scared, or because I was tapping into what other people wanted or expected of me, or I was trying to manifest something that other people around me are trying to manifest. Whatever it is, I think you'll realize too that you don't need the big things. It's not about the big things in life. A lot of you will probably realize that you'll need to manifest a lot smaller things. So instead of manifesting like winning the lottery, you can manifest, something more attainable and realistic as well. So in that situation, it would be maybe getting a raise at work or manifesting finding a $20 bill on the side of the road, within a week. Things like that. And then also being grateful and appreciative of those things. I think there have been probably instances in your life where you've been making progress toward this goal or manifestation happening for you, but then you don't stop and appreciate or stop and smell the roses, as they say. You're just like, okay, well, I'm waiting for the big thing. I'm not being and then you're not being appreciative enough of the things right in front of you and the things that are leading you up to that manifestation. So if you're not showing gratitude and if you're not showing an awareness in that sense, spirit will not allow for this manifestation to occur, no matter how bad you want it. Even though I think it's not even about wanting it really bad for a lot of you, it's about this, just whatever it is, like this obsessive need for it to happen. And, I can struggle with this too. I'll throw myself under the bus, because a lot of people are like this, where they struggle with thinking they don't have enough. And a lot of people all throughout the world, struggle with finances. So it can be easy to fall into the trap of, well, if I don't manifest all this money, something bad could happen to me or my home or my family, Like, I understand that, but we have to work on removing that fear as much as possible and hopefully completely, because then we'll realize that we don't need the grandiose things in order to meet our basic needs or for survival on a day-to-day basis. And that's also not me saying that we should only focus on day-to-day needs and survival. You can also enjoy other things too, but focus on the little things right now is a really big message I'm hearing from spirit. There's also, I want to say, a sense that for some of you, I want to say, with the Six of Pentacles upright, you probably fear asking for help. For a lot of you, this is a really good time to not only heal, but ask for help from other people. If you're able to get a therapist, that would be very helpful. Some sort of therapist, physical therapist, mental health counselor, whatever it is. A grief counselor. Joining a support group could actually be very helpful and beneficial for you right now, actually. I'm just getting a sense that a lot of you could benefit from help outside of your normal friend or family group, especially if they're not very understanding of the situation or if they're even in a similar boat to you. Like, if you are, for some of you, I think you could be grieving as well. Grieving, like the loss of a loved one or a divorce, a separation of some kind, whatever it is, right? Moving away, that could be the vacation thing too. Maybe you'll be moving away from family, or other people are moving away and all this and that and the other thing, like friends. But there's a sense that asking for help where it's not usually found would be helpful. For some of you though, actually, you know what, I'll say this, it's actually pretty 50-50. For some of you, for like half of you, it's like finding help where you wouldn't expect it. For the other half of you, it's asking for help where people would generally expect it, like friends and family, but maybe you're just not good at asking for help. I think a lot of you try to present as being very independent, and that isn't to say that you aren't your own individual person, but you need to also be able to rely on other people to help get you through. You don't need to go about life alone, and you don't need to grieve alone. Even with the Five of Cups, it's interesting. I was talking about this with the second stack as well. When I do card readings, I get meanings from the first card versus the last card pulled, where it's like, here's where we start and here's where we end kind of situation. And so with the Five of Cups being a card that's generally tied to grief, and the Six of Swords in reversed, this card is about transitions, but it's in reverse. And so I think a lot of you could be grieving something right now. It could be something that you've been grieving for a long time. And again, that doesn't have to be a loss of a loved one or of a physical thing. It could be grieving the life you've never had, or the things you've never had, the experiences you've never had, the lack of money and resources, right? But with the Six of Swords being reversed, there's a sense that you're stuck and that you're not able to transition and move on to the next part in life. And for a lot of you, want this manifestation to be that end-all, be-all, the outcome, the result, the resolution that gets you out and unstuck from where you are. But Spirit is saying that this manifestation happening won't get you unstuck from where you are, and it will not heal you as much as you would claim that it would or say that it would. And once you, again, work on healing yourself as an individual person more, and even asking for help as well, I see more doors being able to open for you eventually, of course, whether it's this manifestation, something similar, or something completely different. But you need to work on healing yourself more. I think a lot of you are stuck. And when you're also in stuck energy, that prevents manifestations from occurring. So you have to clear out the stagnant and negative energies and allow room for any abundance or your manifestations to occur. You don't have any capacity, you don't have any room right now for this manifestation or really any to occur. So you have to work on healing yourself, and you'll see that when you do that, it will really open more doors for you, and it will also clear the clutter in your brain, the fog in your brain, and you'll be able to transition and move on. And for those of you who deal with grief in any way, it doesn't mean that you completely, for example, forget about a loved one and never think about their existence ever again. That's not what it's about. But it's about being able to work through that grief and thinking about and knowing how you can grieve every day in a way that helps you in your life to move forward rather than inhibiting your life from moving forward. Ooh, I got some chills from that, actually. I feel like a lot of you need to hear that. And it's very important. With the vacation thing, too, for some of you, you could be traveling or you could be moving, or somebody in your direct family or friend group could be moving or just traveling anywhere. But I actually want to get a sense that this is more so traveling into a next phase of life. So working on yourself will get you to that next phase of life that you need to be in. And where spirit is trying to head you down, like it will get you down the right path is what I'm hearing. So healing yourself will get you on the right path. And you'll see a lot more progress once you start working on and healing yourself or removing any of that clutter. For some of you, that could also include physical things that you're holding on to, but it's mainly mental and emotional is what I'm hearing. So think about that. And also it can even be about, with the grief part, grieving, I think I said this, but grieving a past romantic relationship. Like, make sure you're grieving anything that relates to your manifestation, okay? Even if you don't think it relates, it likely does. Even if you won't think about it connecting, it likely does, okay? With vacation, though, it could also be going on a solo trip somewhere. It doesn't have to be somewhere far out or that costs much money, but going somewhere out in nature, I'm seeing you do, would be very helpful. Like somewhere where it's very peaceful and quiet, so then you're able to like get your thoughts all out. And you can write it down too. I think that would be very helpful. Or like writing down and burning the paper if you're able to do that. But something where you're able to do like a solo trip somewhere or go to one of your favorite spots in town even. It could be something like that. Do something for yourself for one day or a couple times, and you'll see that it's very impactful. It's something that could help clear your mind, that's able to help you de-stress. But I'm going to go into the guidebook now. It's 9 Carnelian. Self-confidence, root and sacral chakras. Stand tall, be self-confident and positive. Let your light shine brightly because there is an energy of great success around you today. This success may come in the form of important gatherings, business meetings, or even personal accomplishments. I think for a lot of you it'll be those personal accomplishments, but also the gatherings with other people and asking for help where needed. As you shine brightly, notice how people are naturally attracted and drawn to you. Like attracts like. So if you want to attract a positive, self-confident person into your life, you need to be like that yourself. Yeah, that's the thing. I think a lot of you also are just in this energy of like needing to heal yourself. So again, like healing yourself, working on your self-esteem, your confidence, and believing in yourself as a person, knowing who you are, that will really attract the kind of energy you want into your life and the people you want into your life. If you feel like you need more self-confidence or you want to regain your sense of self-worth, do something positive that you enjoy doing. When you do something which makes you happy, your spirit shines brightly, which makes you even more magnetic. If you can't think of anything that you like to do today, it may be a sign that it's really time to try to reawaken your inner creativity. Dare to dream, think outside of the box, start to experience life again. See, feel, taste, and smell. Yeah, really tap into those senses. Perhaps go somewhere you have never been before or do something out of the ordinary to stimulate your senses and expand your vision. That could be related to the travel or vacation card as well. Carnelian gives you energy and self-confidence and adds spice and passion to your life. It also encourages you to think clearly about what you want to accomplish in your life and to focus on what you would like to achieve. Think about what you need to do to make that happen and then take the first step towards one of your goals. I will leave it at that. Thank you so much, 3C, for watching and listening to this video. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, you can like the video. You can comment down below if you resonate with this stack, and you can update your comment again in the future if you have any updates you would like to provide for us. You can subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot, and you can check out the other pick a card reading videos located on my channel. My ASMR channel is linked down below in the description, Brittney's ASMR. Thank you so much, and take care, 3C.